Alright, this is Gemini IT. We're going to just run over a couple quick training sessions, things here. We're going to combine a couple things together that might seem unrelated, but a customer requested these particular things, so we're going to combine them together. And that's how to do a refund from point of sale and how to add a swipe card to a staff member, and also how to void an order. So real quick, we're obviously logged into our point of sale system here, and we're going to do a refund first. So I'm going to log in with an ID, and I have manager approval to do this, so I'm not going to get prompted for an authorization. Obviously, if you have someone who does not have the approval to do a refund, they'll get prompted for an authorization code from a manager to be able to do the refund. But we see down here on the order tab of our order, batch reports, tools, and setup, you'll be on the order tab, and then you'll click on this double right arrow over beside the takeout button if you need to. But sorry, I logged out, timed out. I talked too long and didn't act too quick. But I don't need to in this case because I have refund right there. So you have catering, dine-in, drive-through, refund, and takeout on this particular terminal. So I'm going to hit refund, and I can type in an order name reference. So let's say this is Chuck refund, whatever you want to name it for reference when you go to take a look at your report. And now I'm just going to select the item that I need to refund. I can, of course, do that. I can pick whatever category that is, and I'm going to pick the chicken parmesan over here. Or if I need to, I could do an open item, go to your open food or whatever it needs to be, and key in a regular amount. So once I have the item entered in, I'm going to go to pay, and it's going to add the tax onto it. And however I'm refunding it, I'm going to select cash or credit. Right now cash is highlighted, so I'm going to refund this customer $17.51. Notice the amount due has a negative sign beside of it. So when I hit process, and I can print a receipt, since it's a refund, I would definitely probably want to do that. I don't have a printer hooked up to this terminal, so I'm going to get an error message if I try to print something. But it'll show you amount due customer $17.51. If I were refunding this on their card would need to be present. Of course, I would have pressed credit, hit process, and put their card in the payment terminal. So that's how you do a refund. Next, we're going to look at how to add a swipe card for staff that you want to. They can still use their pen if you want, or we can actually force them to use a staff card if you want. But if they lose or break their card, then they're stuck, and you've got to go back and do some work in the back office to enable them to use their pen. But that's your choice. We can set this up either way. We'll go to setup. Here on our screen, you order, batch reports, tools, and setup, and we will select staff card, and we're going to pick the staff member that we want to assign this card to. So I'm going to go down here to server 1. That's the name of my server, and notice nothing is highlighted, so you might think, how do I make this work? Well, once you highlight the person that you're assigning the card to, just take the card in your hand, and that card's got a mag stripe on the back of it. I tell people put their thumb on the side of the card with the mag stripe, and you will swipe this on the POS terminal. Do not swipe this on your credit card terminal because it won't work. You'll swipe this on the swipe reader that is on the right side of your POS terminal, and if you hold it, just take it in your hand with your thumb on the side that has the mag stripe. It'll be facing correctly, and you swipe it. Notice the associate user turned green. You touch the associate user button, and you hit yes, and now it associates that card with that particular user. I typically take a Sharpie and write the server's name on the swipe card, and you can even put a piece of Scotch tape over where you wrote on the Sharpie, on the card with the Sharpie, and that can kind of help keep the card intact a little more if you want. But now that I'm done, I can hit the left arrow up beside associate user. The last thing we're going to cover today is how to void an order. when you go to close your store, obviously you need to make sure you have no open orders. Well, sometimes servers will enter an order and walk away, and that prevents you from being able to close your store. You may need to make sure that all of your other terminals are logged out. And you don't want any users logged into any terminals before you go to close your store, because obviously the system thinks we're not ready to close. And if a server has left an order open on a terminal, you're not going to be able to close. So you need to log in, and we'll do that. Notice I have 3 open orders here. So, these been open for 6 days. So this is kind of making my point. A lot of times you'll have an order that for whatever reason has been open for 2, 3, 4 hours or whatever it is. Those have to get closed out. So I'm just going to close out this table 21 here. And for whatever reason, maybe we were training, whatever it was, this order needs to go away. Well, of course, the person doing this has to have permission, or they'll get prompted for an authorization. But I'm going to tap on table 21 right there in the middle of the guest check. So I hit table 21. I hit void over here at the top right, and I'm going to say yes to void this order. I can put comments in there if I need to. The most important thing to remember, after you've said yes, void the order, remember to press close, because if you don't press close, that order is still open. So now notice that it's gone. So you would rinse and repeat that for each one of those. Hope this video helps with how to do a refund, how to add a swipe card to a staff member, and how to void an order that has been entered that you need to get rid of for whatever reason. Have a great day.